Hi everyone, Dr. David Miller here, nutrition and digestion focused naturopathic doctor, trying to empower you with nutrition and gut focused medicine. Last week I talked about anemia, something very specific, and this week I want to talk about something a little bigger. I want to talk about how the average person, user of the healthcare system in Canada, and a naturopathic doctor, how we fit into the changing landscape of the Canadian medical system. So there's more and more dissatisfaction with conventional medicine. Things are changing, and with change there's a little bit of discomfort. So some people are getting more dissatisfied with the way conventional medicine approaches some things, and that's partly understandable, but partly it's up to us. But as you know, probably naturopathic doctors are not covered by provincial health insurance, which is too bad. I wish we were, but we're not. And let's not take away anything from MDs. MDs are good at what they're good at, but healthcare and health in general, health knowledge and information is evolving a little bit quicker than the system itself. So there's this disparity that existed between the doctor and the patient in terms of information. So before you'd go to the doctor, and maybe 25 years ago they got like this diploma. They got a bunch of those diplomas on the wall and all these encyclopedias and all these medical texts. They know what this much up here, and you, the patient, know down here. Well, now with information being much more freely available to everyone, we've got a much less of a disparity between what you know and what the doctor knows. There's a lot of information out there, some of it good, some of it bad, and a lot of it in between, I'm sure. So that's the reality. There's a lot of information, but it's kind of like driving in a snowstorm, snow that's just reflecting lights to the point that your brain can't even process anything. It's just overwhelmed. And that's kind of the way it is with information now. It's just overwhelmed. So we'll get to that part too. Most natural medicine interventions are relatively safe, so there's a lot of people with opinions. Often we won't do any harm. Often we won't do any harm by doing the wrong sort of natural medicine. It's quite safe by its very nature. But does that mean it's a very good medicine? I don't think so always. Everyone has limited resources in some respect, whether that's time, money, whatever your limited resources are, and that's why the ideal natural medicine to me should be really what I say punchy. And when I mean punchy, I just mean it's an efficient way of getting what you need. So instead of looking at 20 different supplements, going in a health food store 20 different times with a no directed approach, just what's hot this week, I'd like to try that. What's hot this week, I'd like to try that. Try and narrow it down to what are the real punchy things. What are the things that can give you the most likely benefit for whatever resources you have. And I think this is where a naturopathic doctor comes in. Like, you can try and figure things out on your own, but you wouldn't have the background and expertise of a board certified naturopathic doctor. I'm not good at that many things, but I understand natural medicine and health in general, and how to promote health. So that's when it does make sense to sort of see a naturopath, because then you're getting a more directed approach. Basically, I think a lot of us naturopathic doctors are in a way sort of like medical detectives. Medicine does its thing. They run you for all the testing, and everything seems normal. You get imaging, whatever, but you still kind of feel like crap in a way. That's when you need a medical detective, like a naturopathic doctor, to sort of take you on and help show you the way. So in a perfect world, everyone would see a naturopathic doctor, perfect for me and for the person too. And it would be covered by health insurance, but let's be honest, it's not. Now here's the thing. You can skip a few grades in the naturopathic world. So by skip a few grades, I mean you can do a few of the basic things first. The first thing that you want to do, in terms of like health promotion, is not necessarily what I say. It's probably something you already know that you should do. So if you know what, I don't drink any water, then start drinking some water. If you don't exercise at all, then start exercising. If you don't eat well, if you eat, TV dinners every night, start cooking some food, and eating home cooked meals. So when people come to me first visit, I kind of want them to be beyond that, preschool sort of stage. I want you to be already doing some basic stuff. Like I said, skipping a few grades. In fact, I have new people come to see me every week at the clinic. There's several new people coming to see me, and I do 15-minute complimentary meet and greets. So I can, meet you and tell you a bit about what I do, and you can tell me a bit about your story. But I encourage all the people who come to start changing a couple of habits before we even start working together. I want the mindset that I'm largely responsible for my health to sort of set in before you start investing the time and money and everything in the products and the services and everything that natural medicine has to offer. And trust me, we've got lots to offer, but we want you to start. So that mindset of I'm responsible for my health to a very large degree, I find that much more helpful for you in the long run than doing a $500 lab test that says your hormones are off. Well, if your whole life is off, then we don't need to assess your hormones necessarily right away. We need to start somewhere first. And I'm not saying that it's bad to do these functional laboratory tests. I do them, but I don't think it's the first place to start off. The first place to start is what you probably already know that you need to be doing. Do that first. And I'm not talking about some fad diet or the newest machine that goes bing. Really start with that mindset, and that will go much further. This mindset change towards responsible health, I believe, is going to go very far in preserving the healthcare system that is, struggling to adapt. If we're really honest, it is struggling to adapt. If you're in a poor state of health and you're not doing anything to promote your health, do the easy stuff first, the stuff that you know. Don't wait for me to tell you. You should start with what you already know. Consolidate that mindset shift. It can be very simple. Then enlist the expertise and help of a naturopath. In taking responsibility for your health, for your own health, you're directly enabling a healthy adaptation in the system and feeling better and more empowered in the process. How can you go wrong? Okay, so sorry for the long video, but until next time, keep nourished, keep moving, keep relaxing. Let's talk about, for a minute, the relationship between the mindset and the body. The health of the body is kind of like a caboose. I've heard this term used by Carolyn Miss, and I kind of like it. The body kind of just follows in behind the mind in a way. There's bidirectional, it goes back and forth, but the mindset has to be there as well. You can't just heal the body, the mindset has to be there too, because the caboose, the body just sort of follows whatever the mind is doing in terms of your habits and behaviors and taking care of whatever you have to take care of psychologically as well.